Hello, my name is Gloria J. York, best-selling author of the #1 bestseller, Medical Manslaughter. I urge you to read it because it will save your life. Also, Master Tarot Reader for over 25 years and spiritual channeler since birth. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to do a general read, and we're just going to surface everything around this card, the Fool, because this Wednesday, as you know, is April 1st, and that's April Fool's Day. Now, we certainly don't need tarot to tell us that we're in a quarantine, that there's a tremendous deadly virus that is spreading across our world. And we don't need tarot to tell us that the stock market has gone down and finances have been lost. But we do need tarot to kind of guide us out of this maze and help us to make some decisions that we need to make. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Keep in mind, this is a general read, and over 1,000 people usually view these videos. But Spirit has assured me that anyone who is Capricorn or has Capricorn in their rising sign, their moon sign, their sun sign, and even their Venus sign, you will hear a message today in this read. So, good news will be coming. All right, let's get started. Okay, initially, I see presently you have the Queen of Rods. And whether you're a male or a female, the Queen is saying that you're seeking information about your home or something to do with your surroundings, perhaps even your job. And so you're going to someone and you're asking for advice. Also, this card here is a major influence on that. And this card here is telling us the Seven of Cups, which happens to be in reverse. And this position is telling us that you've got a bonus coming. You've got a surprise coming. So something that you weren't expecting is going to be given to you. And that could be very good news. Now, rather than go through everything, every step of the present, like I said, you know where you're at. But in the destiny I see here, we have the Three of Swords, and that usually indicates that eventually, within the next few months or so, someone is going to break your heart. You are going to have some heartbreaking news. Now, let's get into it more and see what we can figure out here from the messages that Spirit wants us to hear. Starting into the future, you have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is always about your connection with God, your connection with the spirits, your connection with your religion. And now, more than ever, you do need to pray. You need to pray very hard because these are very bad times. And are they going to get better fast? No, not fast, not quickly. But eventually we will work our way out of this, because this is, like I said, a very serious situation. Maybe one that the world has never even seen. I'll stop now and just insert that this weekend, in doing my intense praying and meditation, I did have a very serious conversation with Spirit, and Spirit is God. And as I was talking with God, I did ask him, why? Why has our world been infected with this virus? And he answered me. And so I did a complete new video on that yesterday, and it's called Bonus Message. And I urge you to listen to it because it'll answer quite a few questions that you might have been having, not only about tarot, but also about this virus and where we're headed. So do tune into that too. Now, in something that you fear that you might not be able to do, naturally, this card here is talking about a journey. Can't even think of it now. Can't even think of getting in the car and taking a long trip, grabbing an airplane, a bus, a train. And so you're wondering, how long is that going to be? Because you would love to get away. You'd love to go down by the beach is where you want to go. You want to be by the water, how it always calms you and soothes you. And you just love being out there in the sun and the water. Now, when it comes to your colleagues, your family, your neighbors, your friends, people around you in your community, you've got the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is beckoning you to take off the blindfold and see things as they really exist. Now, some of you are getting very anxious. Some of you are getting very nervous. Some of you are not sleeping good. You're worried. Naturally, there's a lot to worry about. But what Spirit is saying to you in this regard is you think that you can't make any move. You think that your feet are almost in cement, that everything is out of your control. But Spirit wants you to know that a lot of that is in your mind. And so you can still accomplish much. Just move forward. Force yourself to move forward because there's a lot that needs to be done. And now you have the time. Now you're at home. Now you're by yourself. And so there's no more excuses to be made. Things that you've always wanted to do, things that were on your mind, things that need to be done, spring cleaning, decluttering. This is what you should be doing. But definitely you should be praying much more than you ever have. Wake up in the morning and be positive. Don't be negative. Look around and find all good. And thank God. Thank Him for all that you have, all the blessings you have. And you have a multitude of blessings, no matter how tough things are right now, no matter how grim it looks. You have been blessed with so many blessings, and so thank God for those blessings. And through this period, whether it be 2 months, 6 months, whatever, get that bond between you and God stronger and stronger, because the stronger that bond is, the stronger you will be. So you need to do that. Spirit's saying you need to reconnect. And so then we look at like what you're hoping for. Well, you're hoping for, excuse me, the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is you're hoping for beautiful, comfortable surroundings, where you are surrounded by your loved ones and everyone is healthy and everyone is happy. And as I look in here, I don't see anything negative about your health or anyone connected with you. The only troubling card, like I said, is this Three of Swords. And that could come from somebody who's going to disappoint you, because in the final outcome, we do have the Page of Cups. And that's a young person that's under 25. And that person is going to be coming to you with some sort of message to tell you. And usually from the youth and from the young like this, they normally don't tell you the truth, all of the truth in the beginning. So you have to dig deep and ask a lot of questions to find out the real truth, the real reason they're coming to you and asking or telling you something. So this is something that is coming towards you. Now, you always, in the Ace of Swords and pulling an extra card for you, I just wanted to see in regards to what might be going on is you do have an idea about something. Maybe you have an idea that something is going on among your friends or family or colleagues, but you can't put your finger on it. But yet something is happening, and you're thinking, I really want to be on top of this, and I really want to know what is going on. And so from the Three of Swords, which is in the destiny, and the Ace of Swords that we just pulled, saying that you think something is going on, we draw another card for you and you get the Queen of Swords. So do you see, there's a lot of mental stimulation going on here. You're thinking a lot. You're wondering a lot. You're trying to be creative. You're trying to decide what to do before the other shoe drops. You're giving a lot of thought to this. And I would not be a bit surprised if what you're thinking about and planning and wondering about and trying to create and make something out of nothing is, of course, in the financial area. And that's what I'm feeling, what Spirit is telling me. And so, get your ducks in order. You have plenty of time now to do a lot of thinking. Get organized. Sit down with a tablet and pen and write out the various things that you need to write out. What's your next step? Wonder if the stock market goes down even further. Wonder if this plague stays with us for several months. Gather the food you need to gather, the water you need to have. Get things that, just in case, you need to feed yourself and your loved ones. And yes, you do need to have water. You need to have that liquid. So that's one area that you need to give consideration to. And then from that point there, you can think more about your job if you're lucky enough to be paid and have your job where you're doing it from home. You're one of the blessed. And from that point, you look too at your finances. Maybe you've lost a lot of money, but maybe you still have excess monies, and you can look at that stock market and you can say, okay, within the next 10 years, what stock now is so low, but yet definitely is going to have to accelerate? And I'm saying 10 years because it's going to take a long time for things to come fully back. Where will you be in 10 years? Are you going to be 60? Going to be 70, 80? You're going to be 50? Okay, if you're young enough in your 30s and 40s, then you can afford to put some money into something and let it grow for 10 to 15 to 20 years. If you're older, no, you don't have that time. That doesn't mean that you can't dabble in there, because stocks could turn around within a matter of a couple months and you could sell. And then you could buy again when it goes low. And a lot of people like to do that, especially if they have the time. It's the first thing they learn about how'd that stock do yesterday. And they're buying and selling all the time. So these are things to keep in mind, Capricorn. Very good. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this read today. I really do. And If you did, please click on like. Do share it with your friends and family and colleagues. And then definitely subscribe and click that bell, because that then will notify you every time I do a video. And I do them quite often, as you can see. I'm hoping to do another one around Easter. And unfortunately, I can't notify every single person. Of course not. That's the reason for subscribe and hit that bell. Also, scroll all the way down, and on the bottom, leave a comment. I love to read your comments. I really do. And leave your name and your email, and that automatically will put you in our contest, where you could have a personal read with me. And that's always a beautiful thing, because then all these cards are just for you, not just for the sign. Okay, well, God bless you. Stay healthy, stay safe, and say your prayers.